Hello. How are folks doing? Hopefully everyone's doing well. I've got some stuff here. I've got more stuff than we'll probably get sanded today here. But hello, welcome. Hopefully everything's sounding all right. I'm always worried with this microphone because sometimes it's just weird. But yeah, we're gonna sand some things today. All right. But yeah, here, I'll walk you through what all I've got here because there's just a lot of random stuff. I do want to get the D6s from, was it last week that we poured? Yeah, it was last week that we poured the D6s. I do want to get these. Where's the focus? There we go. I do want to get these sanded today. This is only half of them. The other half I decided would need a little bit more sanding, so I'm gonna do it on the my polishing wheel, sanding wheel first. But these ones, I figured they're pretty much almost done. We could probably just kind of rub the edges along the sandpaper and all those got done. But I've got a few other random things here that I figured we could also sand. I'm gonna turn this music down just a little bit. We made these together a while back too. It's just a bunch of different Vampire the Masquerade dice. Actually, a lot of the stuff here we kind of made together. These are a very old set. These are the cat hair dice. So these are filled with cat hair, which is chat's fault. Those are from back when I was streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube. I've just got another set of dice that has plants in it. They look very frosted at the moment because I've sanded like all the sides pretty much. Because these were from when my blanks were a little bit bigger. And actually this side needs sanded too. Anyways, it pushes out on the sides all funky. It makes it so that they're not flat, so I have to sand all the sides. I've also just got a bunch of other random things. I have some space bars. I've got a bunch of D20s. Another shaker charm thing that's got some little bits hanging off. So I've got lots of random stuff to sand today. But I don't know that we'll get to all of it. Might as well start with the D6s though, since we definitely want to get those done. I am also working with a new lighting setup here too, which is kind of fun. I went and got a couple of like key lights so that there's actually lighting, and I'm not trying to use my desk lamp here to light my face during the stream. I still have my desk lamp on, but and if we need more light, I have a second one too, off to the side. So, as the sun goes down, might be useful to us. But when I got new stuff for my craft room streaming setup, I also went and ordered those as well. They seem to be working well. I like that they're, what's the word I'm looking for? They have like a battery to them. They can be either plugged in or have a battery, which I think is very useful. Let's just take these out of here. We'll put the ones that are ready to go downstairs to the polishing tumbler in here. Set this off to the, where should we set these? We can set that over here for now. Like this one, I can literally just kind of sand off the edges a little bit and it's pretty much good. There's so little flashing on there. That's probably good enough. But no, there's a few things that I like about these, and one of them was just that they can be either plugged in, like that one in front of me is, or just you can charge the batteries on them, like the one behind me is, and that's been very useful. It's been good because like I discovered that it was difficult for me to light certain things while I was trying to film them, like. I was making bath bombs recently, and I wanted to be able to, and soap, bath bombs and soap. I made those recently, and I wanted to be able to, like, see what I was doing, but the table that I was working on was kind of shoved into a corner, so all of the lights were behind me, which just cast weird shadows when I was trying to film. So having an extra light that I could set up was super nice. Yeah, that was good too. But it works for stuff like this too. just trying to see if there's like... I'm gonna do the edge here and then see. I might have to sand off a little bit more on this one. Let's just try doing the whole face. But I'm, you know, slowly improving my streaming setup and such. Which is good. I want to get better at, like, scripting and editing and stuff. Like, I'd like to get better at just videos in general. I'd also like to get another video done and out there since it's been a while. I finally went and picked up some of the stuff that I need for the more complicated video that I've been working on. I posted a poll over on Patreon recently, literally on Thursday. Actually, let me go check on that. What was decided? Basically, I was like, it's taking longer to get the complicated video done because I still need to like move some stuff and get some stuff. I went and got stuff. So I put a poll up there for patrons to say, okay, which other video should I start working on at the same time? Because I can't decide. And they decided, let's see. Telling a story about a D20 that I had to remake 5 times to get right. So, I'll start working on that, and I think that'll be good. To be fair, it kind of works out. Like, what I want to do is more videos that have stories to them. Honestly, like, more videos that are, like, kind of, like, I don't know. I think it'd be fun to have more videos that are just kind of slightly cringy. Which sounds maybe odd, but, like, I want to do more videos that have weird random asides and silly kind of graphics and, you know, odd storytelling elements and things. I think that'd be fun. As opposed to just, here's how I made this set of dice. I'll break it down. I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this. Like, that's... I feel like it's more fun if there's a story involved. Which is part of the reason that the video I've been working on is taking so long. It's just... You know, it has props and things, so there's more that I have to set up. I think I've got pretty much everything now. I just need to clear the space that I want to use. I think that's probably good. Just want to make sure that the there's no like flashing around the edges. This one's obviously gonna need to get sanded down a little bit more though. So I'm gonna set those over here on top of the next grid of sandpaper. Got lots of stuff here. I was talking to someone literally, what is today? Today's Sunday? On Friday. Because they were talking about starting a YouTube channel. I was like, oh gosh. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm happy to tell you what I know. Because I do enjoy it. Oh, weird. I feel like some days there's just more people than others. Alright, well, I'll keep talking to myself. I'm good at that. To be fair, sanding is not necessarily the most exciting project. Sanding is just kind of one of those things that has to get done when you're making dice. And some other resin things. I'll be honest, I pretty much have my streams sort of planned out for the next, like, month or two. I have plans for what I want to stream. Next week I'm going to be doing a game with some friends. It's the Phasmophobia crew, but we're not playing Phasmophobia. We're going to try a new game, see how it goes. A non-scary game for people that don't like scary games. And as always, I'll post a link to that. But it won't be on this channel. And then, like, there's lots of things I want to do. We made these together on stream recently. I went and added a face to this, by the way. But we made some, my first ever shaker charms recently. There's also a hair on there. And I decided I want to make more. So I ordered some more molds that I have coming in. And I'm thinking that we'll have a stream sometime soon pouring more of the, like, bases. So that I can make a bunch of those. Just because I'm excited about making more of those. And of course, like, there's lots of things I want to do. Of course, all these D6s are to eventually go inside, like, mystery bath bombs. So I was figuring we could probably make the bath bombs together on stream too. Which that'll be a little ways off because I'm gonna throw all of these into the polishing tumbler to polish. And some of them are gonna require more time than others to polish and things. But I think it'd be good to get them pretty much as done as like all of them as done as possible before going to make bath bombs with them inside. I am still, obviously, you can see some of the D6s here, too, from last week. I am also still working on a little short of demolding them all. So, like, maybe I'll try and finish that up today. I'm almost done with it. But I started on that. It just takes me forever to edit things. But that'll show all of them off a little bit better. Good. Seems like the lighting's working okay. It feels kind of dark to me, but we've got enough. I think that's because there's a light shining at my face. Things are looking like they're looking good. This is kind of a trial run of the new lighting setup. The other fun thing about these lights here, I'll turn this one on. So I can change the like color temperature. You can maybe kind of see it. I can make it really cool or really warm. Oh, let me turn the brightness up so you can see even better. See, look, there's a very blue version and there's a very yellow version. So, they're very versatile. I'm just trying to see how much of a lip there is here. Part of the reason I decided to do D6s to go in bath bombs instead of D20s is that D6s are just so much easier. As you can kind of see, a lot of these, I don't even need to sand a single face. I'm just kind of just doing a little bit on the edges here to make sure it's kind of smooth. Whereas with D20s, I pretty much always have to sand like at least 4 faces. I can pull this one out to show you. Like, I always have to do like the face that was up and then the 3 around it. Kind of get it flat and even and things. So D6s seemed a lot easier. So I figured I could price things a little bit less for folks. There's also fewer faces to ink, so I don't know. D6s just seemed like an easier choice that would make it so that I could price the bath bombs not as expensive so that more people could get them if they wanted them. I'm still kind of deciding how much they'll be. I'm thinking, because it'll be... Oh, my hair's getting so long. The plan is to make... the plan is that they will be either black or white bath bombs with a mystery color on the inside and then a mystery dye inside of that. I'm thinking that the scent will also be part of like the colored mystery center as opposed to on the outside, but I will label the scents. I was originally thinking like mystery scents could be fun, but thinking about it, it's like I don't think it would be fun if you ended up not liking the scent. Like, I don't know that mystery scented bath bombs would be quite as much fun as like mystery color bath bombs. You don't want to end up smelling like something that you dislike the scent of. If it's a different color, just like, oh well. But I don't know. That was the other thing. Yeah, exactly. D6s are great because they're used in so many games. That was the other thought, was that even people that don't play D&D and stuff might still like a mystery bath, like a bath bomb with a mystery D6 in it, because you can use it for just a regular board game or something too. It's used in so many different things. They're more versatile. I do worry that they're a little bit sharper than D20s. I think it'll probably be okay. You know, I'm not doing like the caltrops over here for a reason. I think this one might need. I'm just gonna sand this one flat. But yeah, that was one of the thoughts too. I think people will be expecting a D6 though, so I'm not too worried about them like accidentally, you know, stepping on it in the tub or whatever. I figure that it's going to be clearly marked as having a D6 on the inside. So people shouldn't be shocked if there's a D6 on the inside. I'm debating whether I want to do other bath bombs and things. Well, I'm going to make other bath bombs and things to sell online at the very least. I'm debating whether I want to work on them now or not, though. I actually made a bunch of bath bombs recently. I tried out some different designs and scents and things, and had quite a bit of fun. Just because I had someone commission, they're like, I just want a bunch of bath bombs. You can do whatever styles and things you want. Like, alright, I'll experiment and do some things. I need to look and see what fragrances and things I have. Hello, how's it going, Cobra? Because I'm gonna be doing an event I'm gonna be doing a convention in February, which I'm kind of excited for. I'm gonna be doing a convention in February, and I did it last year. And I was in the Artist Alley, and the Artist Alley was, it was very crammed. Like, people who have been to conventions before, more often than not, you probably, in like Artist Alleys and things, people would have one table and then like 2 chairs sitting behind the table, right? And you go and you can walk up to the table and talk to people, the people that are behind it or whatever. This one, oh, what did you say? You burned your thumb and index finger a couple of minutes ago grabbing a hot lid. Oh no! Not quite awake today. Well, now you're very awake, but not quite awake today. I feel like maybe this fits your name. Flare Cobra, you know. You should be, like, you should be fire resistant or something just to go with the name. Oops, I put, which one did I sand over here? Let's go here. Anyways, this convention, the, oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, I thought that said AM for a second. I thought that said that it was 7 a.m. for you, and I was like, oh gosh. 7 p.m. makes more sense to me. Alright. What else should we, here, you guys can help me decide. We're doing some of the D6s from the last stream. We're sanding them. These ones are, I literally just kind of ran it along the edges. These are pretty much ready to go. What else should we sand? Should we do, we could do one of these sets. Probably not all of them. I've got the the Masquerade dice, where every die is different. I've got a set of dice with plants in them that are going to be a pain in the butt to sand. These are from when my blanks were too big. My blanks are still slightly too big. I need to sand them down a little bit more. So the sides got bowed out. I don't know. Let me see if I can change the focus here, make it so you can kind of see on one of the faces here. I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. If I can get the light to shine at just the right angle. You see how it's kind of like, see right there at the bottom of the 11? You can kind of see how it's like not quite flat. See how the light hits it? So I need to sand down all of the faces so that the die is actually flat and doesn't wobble around. So those are a pain. I've got the infamous cat hair dice. These are just a set of dice. Doesn't even have a D2. This is from before I had a D2. They're just filled with cat hair. That's literally what's in them. It's just cat hair. So we could do one of these sets. Probably just one of them. And then I've got a bunch of other random stuff too. I've got some space bars. Maybe do the space bars. These will be pretty quick and easy, I think, to sand. A bunch of D2s, or D2s. A bunch of D6, oh my gosh, I can't talk. A bunch of D20s. I can't think, apparently. A bunch of D20s. I've also got, another one of the, Shaker Charm bases. Maybe we do these and... Let's start with the Shaker Charm base and the, space bars. Yeah! Oh, and here's a Lego. I still have my Legos over here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not. Miscellaneous Lego that I'm not selling it because this is actually a mold that I made from a Lego. I had where did I put all of those? I have a few of the Legos. They used to be on my desk because they were kind of just like a fidget toy almost. Where did I put them? I've got a bunch of random keychains and necklaces I should make at some point. I've got so much stuff on my desk here. Ah! Oh, that goes with, I don't know where they are. But I have a few, yeah. I guess so, that, well, I had fun, because I made myself some, like, and they were just for made some, like, custom Legos with all sorts of fun colors and things. I actually made my grandma a little Lego necklace, because she got super into, Lego, fairly recently. It's probably a couple years ago now. But she got super into making Lego things, so I made her a necklace with one. Got another one sitting over there, actually. Here, I can grab another one. Where did all my legs go? I don't know where I set the other ones. I don't know where I set the other ones, but like, here's another one that I made. And they're definitely not perfect like actual Legos are. They're a little bit wonky and stuff. Resin Lego dice. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, resin Lego dice? Like, are you saying dice that look like Lego? But yeah, they fit together and things. This might be okay, actually. I could probably just throw these into the Sonic cleaner, clean them out. I think these are probably fine, but they're definitely not perfect. They're like, they don't line up perfectly and stuff. But let's start with these guys. Make the mold for the dice out of Lego. The mold for the dice out of Lego. They make a mold of them. I mean, I make my mold forms out of Lego, but I still don't quite understand what you're saying. There's a bunch of little bits here. The thing that I have for making, oh, is it supposed to stick out a little bit? Okay, here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be. So at the moment, these little bits in the middle stick out further than the actual spacebar. I don't know if they're supposed to or not. They might be supposed to. Let me grab a keyboard that takes this kind of spacebar, and let me see. I have one. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. I did some cleaning / reorganizing recently, and things got moved around a little bit. Mold form. Oh, so you're saying okay. I think I kind of get what you're saying. All right, let's just see. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm just gonna grab it with me. Okay. My little thing for pulling the keyboard keys out has gone to the. Both of them have gone to the bottom of my pencil container. There you go. I wonder if I can use this to pull this out, actually. There we go. That works pretty well. I'm just wondering... So, my problem, yeah, I think I need to kind of open this up a little bit more. Something I had one of these in the past that I had made. I have like a yellow one. And one of the things that I ran into was that because the resin doesn't have a little bit of give, it just broke when I put it onto the little what are these called? The thingamajiggers that you put it onto. And I'm noticing again that I'd have to like jam it, I think, to get them on there. But I am thinking that maybe I don't need to I don't necessarily want to sand it down because the middle parts stick out a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I've got a little file. Let's try this. We're doing some experiments here too. Just trying to get like yeah, I can feel that it's lined up, but I can also feel that I'm going to be jamming it on there if I try. It seems like this middle... Oh, how does this work? Oh, it actually only goes on the middle bit, it looks like. Interesting. I'm sorry, I'm figuring out how this works. So... I've gotten distracted, guys. It appears that literally only this one goes on here, and this is higher than these over here. I think these are maybe just guides almost. Maybe, do they clutch onto this? Oh no, these do go up. These do go up. We have to push it down like all the way, it looks like, to attach to those. Let's just see if we can... I'm just trying to make this like a little bit bigger. It's a little file. I was talking about the event that I have coming up though, and the fits a little bit better. I have an event in February. So the Artist Alley at this event I did last year, and unlike other Artist Alleys I've done where, you know, you're behind a table and then there's, you know, people walk up on the other side of the table, we were in like a hallway and the chairs were on either side of the table, and we were packed in there like sardines. I did pretty well though, like money wise. I had pretty good sales. So it's like, I wanted to do it again, but also it was so crowded. It was just kind of it was a cool, fun convention though. Anyways, one of the folks that I met in the Artist Alley last year messaged me and was like, hey, do you want to get one of the like vendor rooms instead? So it's in a hotel, and Artist Alley then leads to basically they're hotel rooms, but they're being used by different businesses then to sell stuff. They have their own room. And I was like, well, let's find out and stuff. And we determined it would definitely be a little bit more expensive, but we'd have so much more space and such. So I was debating making, it's just not working. I think I'm going to experiment with this a bit. I'm going to experiment with these later. I think I need to figure out, because it's just like not quite big enough. So this just doesn't fit on there quite right. And I don't want to break it by jamming it on there. So I need to... I don't know. I need to experiment a little bit more. So let's maybe not. That's why I haven't released any space bars. Is because the one other one that I made besides these three broke when I tried to put it onto the keyboard. So I need to figure out that issue before I start selling them. So we went and talked to people and figured out like the application and stuff, and reached out about getting one of the vendor rooms, and put in the application and stuff. Heard back that we're gonna get one of the vendor rooms for this convention. I was originally thinking of, since I'm gonna have more space and stuff, of making a bunch of like bath things, so soap and bath bombs and things. But the other person that I'm sharing the room with can't do like fragrance oils. So I don't want to do a bunch of things with fragrance oils and make them sick or whatever. So I'm thinking I might still do some. I'm still gonna do like the oh, that actually worked really well. That smoothed out right out. I'm still gonna do like the mystery dice bath bombs with essential oils, which they said are fine. I'm also gonna put them on the inside. I'll label the things, but hopefully then they won't smell as much too. So I was debating going and looking through all of my stuff and just seeing what I have in the way of like essential oils instead of fragrance oils, because they said they're not, it's not as big of a deal with the essential oils. But I'm also thinking maybe I will just focus more on making some more like shaker charms and things, because I've also been having fun with these. I'm gonna, on this rounded edge, it's kind of difficult to sand. I'm gonna try and get this lip down with a file instead. But either way, I do want to make some bath bombs and things, and I'll put them up in my shop, because I've been having a lot of fun making bath bombs, and I know this is gonna sound probably kind of, well, it's conceited and biased, but I feel like the bath bombs that I've been making, and I've just started making them too, are better than a lot of the ones that I've gotten at the store and some of the mass-produced ones. Like, because when I went down the rabbit trail of wanting to make bath bombs, I went in with like certain things that I wanted, because like I've made like very simple, easy bath bombs before, but I was thinking about some of the bath bombs that I've gotten before that I really liked, and I was just like, what do I like about these? Like, what is it that I like? It's like, I like the bright colors. I like the fact that they like float and like foam a little bit. That makes it more interesting to watch, in my opinion. I like the fact that, the colorant from them doesn't stick to the side of the tub. That was definitely something that I've made bath bombs before with just like fragrance oil and citric acid and baking soda and mica powder, and that was it, which works, but it does the oils are going to make any sort of colorant or fragrance or anything stick to the tub, which is kind of a pain to clean. So anyways, I went down a whole rabbit trail and found all of the ingredients that I needed to make something that was super bright and colorful and was fun to watch and that floated on the surface so you could see all the fun colors spreading out from it. And also that the colors and things don't stick to the sides of the tub. So I plan on making a whole bunch of bath bombs for myself, of course. I'm figuring, here's my plan. Here's my plan for bath bombs. I'm gonna make, a batch of bath bombs that are all the same. I will film one of them in like, I will put one of them in the bathtub and I will film it so that I have, something to put when I list them. So people can see what they're gonna look like actually being used. And then that one's mine. I'm just gonna put it in my bath to try it out and film it, and then and then actually use it to take a bath. I thought that would work out well. It's like, yay! I get to try all of the different bath bombs. You can see that I kind of like scratched up the surface there. That's okay. I'm gonna throw this into the polishing tumbler. I'm just I just want to get this to the point where it's smooth enough that if I throw it into the polishing tumbler, it's gonna smooth it out in a good way and not just like smooth it out but still have weird lips everywhere. You've seen big bath bombs shaped like D20s, which contain a full D&D dice set of dice inside. Yeah. I think, to be fair though, they're usually mass-produced sets of dice. I talked through a few different ideas as far as the mystery bath bombs went with the dice. I feel like there's kind of I realize that this isn't necessarily true. It's just how I'm thinking about it. If I am buying I guess I could think of it as just like a fun way to package a set of mystery dice. So I do have mystery dice sets available. But I feel like if you're getting a bath bomb, the expectation is that you're only going to use it once, right? But it is, you're paying for like an experience. But how much are you willing to pay for that experience? And does it feel weird to buy a bath bomb that you would think of as, something that maybe it's like $10 at most. That's at most, right? That'd be like a super fancy bath bomb. I'm thinking mine will probably be around $5. But if you're thinking of like a bath bomb and you're just like, oh yeah, a bath bomb should be, $10. And then you also add in the cost, like the price of like a set of handmade dice, then I feel like it starts feeling weird if you're buying a bath bomb for $60 or whatever. Oh yeah, people buy all sorts of weird stuff. For sure. I'm just thinking of the people who, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I won't be selling that. It's not anytime soon. Maybe if the dice stuff doesn't take off. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of how would I feel like it's almost two price points that feel too far apart, if that makes sense. I feel like if I sell, I don't know, a mystery bath bomb with a D6 inside, that's gonna be what, maybe like $25, which again would seem expensive for a bath bomb, but you know that you're getting the dye in there. It's just not as big of a price difference, I guess, between $5 and $25 as it is between $5 and like $65, if that makes sense, for like a full set of handmade dice. Okay. Probably call that one, I might just toss this into the into the polishing tumbler and see if that little part right there will just polish out with that. I think it probably will. Alright, decided that we're going to hold off on these until I can figure out how to get them to attach better. I'm going to have those over there with the keyboard. Ooh, let's maybe do, let's do a D20. But anyways, part of what I was saying though is I'm debating kind of like what I want to make for like this event, because I'm gonna have more space and I'd like to get more stuff made, just so I can fill in the space a bit more. And also, it's just, I don't know, I'm having fun making stuff, but I definitely want to make more of the shaker charms now that I've like made a few and realized what kind of worked and what kind of didn't work. Like, there's things that I like about these and things I'd like to do better on these. Like this one I think is kind of pretty, but I feel like it could use some more. Like, this is one of those ones where I feel like someone's gonna really like it, but I kind of wish it had like some sort of more focal point or something in it. I think this one's my favorite because it has some different things in it for you to look at. Like, it's fun to look at that leaf and the little pearl things and the butterfly and stuff, but like this one doesn't have enough stuff in it, and that's part of the reason I went and added a clock face to it yesterday. It's because it just needs more stuff in it. I do think that the clock face helped, but anyways, now that I'm kind of figuring out, you know, what's good and what's bad, what seems to work, and you know, what I like and what I don't, I want to make so many more. Why is there a fingerprint there? Well, I'll clean that off later. It's probably from all my dusty hands. So I do want to do a stream where we just make a bunch of shaker charm container. What do you want to call that? The bases? I'll call that a base. Shaker charm bases. In all sorts of fun designs and things. I don't know how many I'll be able to make. You know what I mean? I guess I made 4 pretty much all together. I guess some of them I'll probably want to do more than one pour too. Like this one obviously it's part of the reason that this one was still my thing. Unlike those, is I did this one 2 pours. You can see that I have the pink, and then I also had a layer of clear here, so that it'd be clear on both the front and the back. And I imagine that I'll want to do multiple pours on some of them, especially with some of the molds that I have coming in for them. But I'm excited to make them. It's fun. So like, I'm kind of weird. I like sorting and categorizing things, or just like, you know, putting things into like themes. You know, I think it's really fun to be like, okay, you know, everything here, let's go with like a forest theme. And what are some things that fit into this theme? And being like, all right, mushrooms and butterflies and trees and like stuff like that. I think it's really fun to like kind of categorize things and put things into themes. And that is very much the shaker charms, right? Like, I go, oh, it's a space theme. What can I put in here that'll match the space theme? It's like, oh, I've got a little rocket ship, and I've got stars, and I've got a few different kinds of stars. I've got glitter. It's like, oh, well, I've got, you know, for stars, let's add some little tiny little metal beads in there. That'll be pretty. They're like little tiny stars. We'll add some more colors, you know, purple bits in there. They're like really big stars or comets or something. I mean, it's just fun shapes and colors that seem like good filler. I just think it's fun. So those have been fun for me. But I am also debating making some soap and bath bombs just with essential oils instead of fragrance oils. But I need to see what I have, and I'm just not sure whether I want to. If I want to stick pretty much with just the, you know, the resin and kind of like dice theme. Not even necessarily dice, but, you know, resin stuff. I've got, you know, a lot of resin molds and stuff too that I could pull out and make more things. I should make more magnets. I should make more phone grips. Actually, I should look and see how many phone grip things I have left. I was kind of surprised with how popular phone grips have been, honestly. Alright, which set of dice should I sand? Should I do the the mixed? Should I do the mixed Vampire the Masquerade dice, the cat hair dice, or the plant dice that are gonna be kind of a pain to sand? Here, actually, I could make a poll. Maybe I'll make a poll. Just a second here. Which set should I sand? And we will have vampire dice. We will have cat hair dice. And we will have plant dice. There we go. We've got these are our vampire dice. They're all different. All different. There's just a bunch of, they'll go together. It is like a full set, but every die is different. We've got our cat hair dice. It's literally just dice that are filled with cat hair. That is the fault of people in the chat like you. Thanks to viewers like you. That it's literally just dice that are filled with hair from one of my cats. And then I have these plant dice, which they're gonna need a bit of love because I have to sand every face of them, which is kind of a pain, but it must be done, and it'd be good to get them done at some point. But they're kind of cool. They've got here. I can show you. I can show you like the D2 and the D4. They don't have all of the faces sanded, so you can kind of see. There's like, oops, let me change the focus here. We've just got kind of fun fall color plants in there. You know, little red and green and yellow bits. They feel very autumnal. Autumnal. So it might be good to get these done sometime soon. I'm figuring I'm gonna have a shop, like add stuff to my shop in like October. So, I don't know, could be good for October. But what should we have? Let's see. It looks like cat hair. Oops. Looks like cat hair dice are leading. Got 3 votes. I'll give you another. You know. Looks like it's not gonna be the plant dice. I'll give you another. You know. Minute or something to get your votes in if you want to vote between vampire dice, cat hair dice, or plant dice. We've got 3 votes so far. Oh, my hair is getting so long. I need to get a haircut. It's getting like in my face. I can't stand it. At some point soon, I'll probably just tie it back. Do I need to turn on my other light? Is it starting to get kind of dark? Oh, I have it at the very warm setting. I can also turn it down a little bit. Alright. I will end the poll. No one else has put anything in. Weather's pretty good here. It's kind of warm today, but it's not bad. Looks like cat hair dice 1. We'll sand those today. I think it's supposed to cool off sometime here soon, which will be good. Yeah, it's been warm recently, so I look forward to things cooling off a little bit. I think it's supposed to cool off a little bit like this next week and maybe rain a little bit, which I'm hopeful for. I do love the rain. We don't get a ton of it where I'm at. We get some, but not a ton of it. So that would be nice. you are... You have the AC on in your room. Of course, the sun does hit the roof this idle day. You got frosty last night there, and oh boy. According to my computer here, it's 91 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment outside. Which I think is actually... I think it's supposed to get a little bit higher than that today, but... It's supposed to get down into the 70s sometimes here soon. And Friday it was 87. It got... Oh, wow. That's a big difference. That's a big difference between 87 degrees Fahrenheit and frosty. But sounds like it's pretty pretty warm where you are, Ken. Oh man. Get me some... I like the fall. Fall weather is excellent. Can't wait. Just making sure. Yeah, let's get that. There we go. Oh, here's a question for you guys. I don't know if any of you will know the answer to this. Where the weather is made up and the seasons don't matter. Yeah, for Ohio. Yeah, we have fairly consistent seasons here. We get all of the seasons, but it's oh, 73 is nice. 73 is nice. That's about what it is inside, I think, here. Moment. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. This is completely unrelated. I was thinking about it before stream. I was trying to Google and I was having trouble finding it. So, I took my cat to the vet recently because she's like lost some weight. And I was a little concerned about it. And while we were there, the vet gave her like a dewormer. Which, fair. Like, she definitely likes to eat, rodents and things on the back patio, which she shouldn't. Are you guys in focus? Let me... I guess it's in focus as much as it's gonna be. There we go. Anyways, so, I don't know if that's why she lost weight or not. But I realized today that, recently, before now, she has, been very insistent that she gets lots of food. Like, she's just like, I want food constantly. And today I noticed, because I was sitting here eating a burger, that while she was asking for food, she wasn't like fighting for it, if that makes sense. And I was wondering if anybody knows if that's like a sign that it could actually be that could be the cause of her losing weight. Like, does that make it sound like things are getting better? Because it kind of does to me, but I don't know. It's one day, so I'm not 100% sure on anything. This is going to be a overtime sort of thing. But I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing where it's like she was feeling super hungry before because she wasn't absorbing anything, and now she actually feels like she's absorbing things or something, so she's not as hungry. I don't know. I don't really know how this stuff works. I just want my cat to not be losing weight. There are little pieces of cat hair in here now. I see little tiny strings of cat hair. If you're just joining and that sounds weird, these are the cat hair dice that I made forever ago. These are dice that are just filled with cat hair. And that was... When I pulled them out of the molds, one of the things that I kind of noticed was that, like, where there was flashing and stuff, there was just little bits of cat hair sticking out of it. It was kind of gross looking. Oh, maybe that's what made me think of it. Yeah. Yep. Yogurt Cat there's the one that has lost some weight. She's sleeping over here at the moment. But I don't know, she just hasn't seemed as insistent about food today. She still asked for treats and things today, but she hasn't been like as insistent. So I'm like, maybe this is a good sign. I don't know. I don't know what the good signs are. Like, I'm not worried about her because it's not like she stopped eating or something. That's a bad sign in cats. She's definitely still eating food. I gave her a little tiny piece of my hamburger because she was being very polite and waiting. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good sign or if it's one day, so maybe I see how it is tomorrow too, and judge it off of that. I did weigh her the other day. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on what her weight is like. Make sure it's not going down again anymore. But that's gonna be kind of a slow thing. I'll check it again in like a month, and keep an eye on her and see how she's behaving. I'm pretty sure the cat hair in these dice is actually from, I think it's from Koshi. I think it's from my cat Koshi. She's not in here at the moment. I think she's sleeping in my room. She's been sleeping over there a lot recently. She's also, Koshi's kind of a scaredy cat, right? She, if you move too quickly near her, she kind of, freaks out and stuff. She hasn't really been all that like cuddly and stuff in the past. Like she likes to hang out and stuff. She likes to lay on my desk in front of me, but she's not really like a lap cat and stuff. In the past, when she's like slept on my bed, she's always just like slept down by my feet. So like she's hanging out with us, but she's not like cuddling. But semi-recently, it was actually a while ago now, I should do it again, but I washed like all of the blankets and sheets on my bed. And, made my bed and everything. And ever since then, she will sometimes come into my office here while I'm sitting here and meow at me. Again, something that she doesn't really do much. She's taken to meowing more lately. Because she wants me to come follow her and tuck her into bed. And or come hang out with her while she takes a nap. Which is very cute. She's adorable. But, just in general, she's taken to sleeping in my room more recently. There's also a rug in there that she really likes to lay on. It's super fluffy. There we go. Got that face sanded down. But I have got both a Luna and a Knot in here right now. They're both, I'll move you guys so you can see. There's a Luna right there. That's a Luna. And Knot is right there. There's the Knot right there. Hello. Pet, 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 pet. Yes, that is exactly what she does. She's just like, yes, come hang out. Let's go take a nap. You can come hang out. Come hang out with me while I take a nap. It's like, oh, there we go. It's so cute, but I mean, Koshi's probably my cutest cat. Luna is probably my most annoying cat. I love her to death, but she loves to just stand places and scream. She's like passed out at the moment. She also is like my most comfortable looking cat. Luna is, like, it does not matter like where she is. She, like, whenever she's asleep, she looks like so comfortable, and quite often it's just like, how are you laying like that? I don't even know where your head went. She just has like her head like tucked sideways into a box under her body or whatever, and it's just like a box of fluff, and there's like a leg somewhere sticking out. But somehow she just always looks super comfy. Knot is definitely my most like cuddly cat. Like if you sit down somewhere, she likes to just like, especially if I'm sitting on my bed, she'll come and like just sit in my lap immediately. But she's always been like that. She's always just found, like, the warmest place possible, and that's where she likes to sleep. We've got some funny pictures somewhere of when she discovered that the top of my brother's computer was warm. We have pictures of her, like, this, like, laying over the sides of, like, all of her paws are on the sides of the computer, and she's just, like, passed out on top of it. It looks like she's just, like, melted on top of the computer. And it's she's like, oh, the warmth, the heat. Exactly, yes. If not for nap, then why made warm? She also, when it was, like, 105 out this summer, would just go out and, like, lay on one of the chairs on the back patio. She just seemed perfectly content. She would then sometimes come in and, like, lay on the cool floor. She's like, oh, you got a little too warm out there, I see, but no, she was more than happy to go lay out in the, like, 100-degree weather and just nap. There's like an old rug. She's playing lizard, yeah. Well, she is, like, half the size of my other cats, and always has been. She's just tiny, which is part of the reason that her losing weight was of concern. It's because she's already just a small cat. She doesn't have much weight to lose. So it's like, I don't know. She's always been, like, small. I don't know if that's part of the reason that she's just, like, always cold or something. It seems like she's always cold. It is kind of funny to me how it seems like cats tend to grow into their names almost. I mean, obviously, like, we named our cats things because we thought it fit. So Not N-O-T-T was named after a Critical Role character who was, like, a kleptomaniac goblin. Partially because, and also very skittish kleptomaniac goblin, sort of. Spoilers. But when I first got Not, she was I didn't mean to get Not. A friend went and had picked her up because someone in town had wanted to adopt her, and then they didn't show up. So she was like, hey, can you watch this kitten for, a week or so? And then at the end of the week, I was like, she's mine now. Dibs. I could never foster. But when we first got her, she had been a barn cat. She was still really little. And she was just terrified of, like, everything. So she straight up just hid under my bed. She, like, lived under there for, like, 2 days. The first 2 days that we had her, she was just under my bed. And we gave her food, and I set up, like, a litter box and stuff near the bed so she could crawl out and use it and things. But she spent her whole first 2 days under my bed. And so she was just so scared. But she kept, like, things kept disappearing to under the bed. So obviously she was coming out from under the bed and grabbing toys and dragging them under when we weren't watching. Like, she was just, like, stealing things and whisking them away to under the bed with her. So the name of a skittish kleptomaniac character seemed fitting. It's kind of funny, like, after 2 days, she was she's just a little kitten. After 2 days, I went and just picked her up by the scruff and set her on the bed, and from there, she was just like, oh, you're mom, okay, I'll cuddle. Like, literally just picking her up by the scruff of the neck. She was, like, it was a complete, like, 360. She was just, like, fine. As soon as I did that, she was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm cool now. All right, we could be friends. I will come sit on your lap and snuggle." And now she's just a giant snuggle bug. She's so snuggly. She's on her couch, quote unquote, as I call it at the moment though, which is literally just a blanket that's folded up on the table over there that I really need to wash because it's absolutely coated in cat hair. We can make another set of dice. But she likes laying on there. Still not quite flat. Yeah, that must be it. That must be it. She was watching too many dragon movies. Decided to have a horde. I don't know. I really don't know. But Koshi, all of my cats got their names from characters from things. Koshi, which is short for Koshek, got her name from Welcome to Night Vale, and it's the name of this, like, well, it's a podcast, so you never actually see any of these characters, but it's like an eldritch cat that just floats in the restroom of the radio station. The premise of the whole thing is that it's a radio show from this small town that has all of these weird, like, eldritch sort of things that happen, but it's normal, so no one thinks anything of it. Oh yeah, they've all got their personalities. I should really finish it, So Not Normal. I think, is it still going? I'm definitely not caught up on Welcome to Night Vale, but I should go back and listen to it because it was really good. Anyways, Koshek is named after the cat that floats in the restroom of the radio station. And part of the reason that we picked that name is, I wonder if I could find a picture. Let me see if I have a picture here. She was just the smallest little thing when we got her. You're about a year behind? Yeah, I'm probably around there. No, let's see, it's probably, what, 2018 or something? Yeah, let me scroll back a little bit. Let's see if I can find a picture here. No, that's her, but it was even further back. But when we got her, she was just this little tiny thing. Yeah, here's, let me see if I can, see how I can do this. Just a second here. That's not what I wanted to click on. Whoa, that's not it. Welcome to you guys. Let me, here, I'll do this. That was her when we first got her. She fit in a mug. Let me find another picture of her. I have a picture. Yeah, here she is. She was so tiny that she didn't press down the keys on my keyboard. And she also looks so angry there. But she was so tiny. Like I said, she's sitting on my keyboard. She was not pressing down the keys. She was so cute. I mean, she's still cute, but she was so cute. Anyways, so, she's a little black cat, so we wanted some sort of kind of like, that's why she's so angry, is because she can't type, yeah. We wanted some sort of, she's kind of my brother's cat. My brother picked her out, but he's like, well, if she's your cat, like, he picked her out, but he's like, yeah, she's your cat. But she's a little black cat, so we wanted some sort of kind of like eldritchy kind of name for her, just because it seemed fitting for a little black cat. And we had the whole theme going of like picking character names from things for the animals, for the cats. I looked it up at one point, and Koshek, in like one language, it means like black cat. What is it? One of them means like darkness. I think it means darkness in one language, and in a different language it means like big cat. And so we were like, that's cute, because you know she's a black cat, but also she's tiny. So the like big cat seems like a very cute you know, name for a little tiny kitty cat. Anyways, I call her my little sausage now, because she's just like a little sausage link, because she's so chubby. But she has grown into her name of Big Cat. She's just a big chunk now. She's an absolute sweetheart. No, the cat growing up that had the most personality was my brother's cat, George. Weirdest cat that I've ever met. Super nice cat, but weirdest cat that I've ever met. My brother named him after Curious George, which, again, was fitting. George loved people food, but not the people foods that you would expect. Like, you know, normally if you have a pet and it's just like, oh, they love people food, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, they love chicken or something like that. George had a few favorite foods. He really liked fruit. This is the cat where I was once sitting, I think I was sitting on the edge of my bed, and I was eating like a nectarine. It was a super juicy nectarine. I was eating it right here. I had like a, you know, paper towel underneath it. And suddenly there's this other face that comes in here and starts chewing on the side of it, and it was George. He absolutely loved fruit. I remember at one point my mom gave him a plate of cantaloupe, and he went running over because he's like, ooh, a treat. And the other cat also came running over. She's like, oh, there's treats. Sniffed the cantaloupe and then looked at us like appalled while George was just munching away at it. He also liked he liked cucumber. One of his favorite foods was kettle corn. Loved kettle corn. I remember at one point my brother was like, watch this, and he grabbed like a barbecue Lay's potato chip and he held it out to the cat, and George sniffed it, went and took the whole potato chip into his mouth. It's like, well, I think he likes those. He also really liked, like, when we carved pumpkins, he liked to try and eat all of the insides of the pumpkins, and we had to like hold him back because he would make himself sick on them. Anyways, liked lots of weird things. But he had a lot of personality to him. He always walked everywhere with his tail curled. He could straighten it, but it was just like in a curly cue. And one day it wasn't always that way. It's just like one day he just had his tail in like a curl. Don't know why. And I also I swear that he could understand my brother, because my brother would tell him to do things and then he would do them. You know, my brother would be like, all right, stay here, will you? And then he'd walk away and he'd come back and the cat would still be there. Or he'd say, hey, go over there. And, like, the cat would go over there. It's just like, what a strange cat. Let's see. Cobra said, had one cat named Blue, and she was a Blue Point Siamese. Total princess when she knows others were around. Like, she only drank water from her paw unless she thought no one was around. She also loved chewing on plastic bags and patterned paper. Of course she did. Yeah, Fitz, nowadays, Fitz, has, like, his own special food, because he has kind of like a bladder issue, where, basically, he has, like, crystals will build up in, like, his bladder. So he has a special food that's, like, a certain pH and stuff to help prevent that. Whenever I am in the kitchen, where both his and the other cat's food is, he hops right up to where his food is and he starts eating. If I am not in the kitchen, I've multiple times walked into the kitchen and caught him at the other cat's food dish, munching away, and as soon as he realizes that I'm there, he'll just, like, turn around and, like, run over and hop up to where his food is. It's like, he knows he's not supposed to be eating this other food. He knows what he's supposed to be doing, but if I'm not there, then and he doesn't do that. She didn't think anyone was watching. She'd play with ribbon pieces and other cat toys and make the funniest look when she realized she was spotted being a regular cat. Yeah. That seems like such a cat thing to do. That seems like such a cat thing to do. It reminds me of that video I saw online at one point, it was, I feel like it went around a lot at one point, but it's a video of this cat that is barking like a dog out of a window, and someone's obviously filming it. This cat is barking out the window, and it slowly turns around because it, like, you know, hears something in the room, and slowly transitions from barking into, like, meowing as it realizes that someone's there. Just like, I mean, I am a normal cat. Yes. I'm making normal cat noises. There's a bubble in here. She was the only one that would come when a can was open. She would meow until she could investigate what the can was filled with. Yeah. Yeah, we've had lots of cats that are just like, oh, you're making tuna fish? Making tuna fish? My brother and I actually made tuna fish sandwiches the other night. And, we realized that it's been a while since we've made a tuna fish sandwich because, none of the cats came running. We're just like, oh, I guess we haven't had tuna fish in quite a while because all of these cats do not equate the sound of the can opener with tuna juice. They did eventually come over when we're just like, hey guys, there's treats over here. I still think that Knot might be deaf or something though. I don't think she hears things very well. Suffice to say, she was often disappointed when it was just canned veggies. She did sometimes like the Chef Boyardee sauce though. Yeah. Hi Luna. What's going on? Hello. Luna just woke up and is looking around. She's decided that there's nothing exciting going on and it has laid back down. But no, I think Knot might be deaf or something. She just doesn't react to sounds like my other cats. Like, I don't know. If I like crinkle a bag, for example, the other cats will just be like, "Oh gosh, what's going on?" And she doesn't even wake up. Or if I set treats down on the floor, I have to like point to them, even if, you know, it's making all sorts of like clattering sounds and stuff. Like she doesn't actually look until I point out that there's food on the floor. Or if I, you know, rustle the treat bag and things, she doesn't come running. I don't know. I just think she might not be able to hear things or hear things well. Let's see. In the mornings, you put wet food out for the cats. She'd only lap up the gravy and then leave the solids for the other cats. Yeah. To be fair, I've had cats like that too. She kind of does that a little bit as well. She starts by licking up all the yummy gravy. Seems less concerned with the chunks. There's a bubble in here. Alright, we're almost done with the first run of the cat hair dice. I don't actually have too much here that we need to do more sanding on. Maybe I'll finish sanding up all of the D20s here. I'd like to have some more stuff done for whenever the next shop update is. And I can always save things for future shop updates too if I get, you know, if I get a ton of D20s all polished at once. I might just release like half of them in a shop update and save the other half for like, you know, a month or two later. Just so that I don't have everything into the shop at once. I feel like it works better when I do things kind of broken up a little bit. Plus then I can kind of theme things as well, which is kind of fun. Still like a little bit of a lip on here. Oh, there you go. I think that's better. Yeah, Not's kind of a funny mix of, like, a princess and also, like, a barn cat. 'Cause, like, she's definitely, like, yes, I demand wet food now. Yes, only wet food for me. None of this, like, dry garbage. But she also will eat a 3-day-old dead mouse on the back patio if I let her. She's not allowed outside if there's any sort of dead mouse or anything on the back patio, because she will try to eat it. Again, I'm hoping that the fact that I'm hoping that the dewormer was I hope she had worms. That sounds weird, but she was given a dewormer recently, and I'm hoping that fixes the issue. I really do hope that was the issue. It would also make sense if that was the issue, because she eats stuff from outside that she shouldn't. But it's very much two ends of the spectrum there. It's just like, yes, give me the fancy stuff, and also a dead rat. Which, again, still seems very much like a cat thing. This is sort of related, sort of unrelated. Have I ever told you guys about my idea for, like, a VTuber model? If I ever made a VTuber model. Not that I will. I think that if I made one, it would be like a skeleton. Like a human skeleton. And it would have, like, different outfits and things, but I think mostly it would be like a skeleton with a bow tie and sweater vest. Just because it amuses me. But I think the skeleton, the kind of secret of it would be that the skeleton's actually being piloted by a cat in the rib cage that's controlling everything. So every once in a while you just catch, like, a glimpse of, like, eyes or a paw or something, depending on what the skeleton's wearing. In actuality, it's just a cat in the rib cage controlling everything. Let's sand this down a little bit more. Maybe someday I will create like a little VTuber avatar, just because it sounds like fun. There's lots of things I think it'd be fun at some point in making YouTube videos. I think it would be fun to branch out to other arts and crafts besides just resin stuff. I like doing lots of different things. I think it'd be really fun to learn a bunch of different, like, arts and crafts and techniques and things. I saved up a bunch of stuff to try making junk journals at some point. I've got a bunch of different art mediums I think it'd be fun to try. I think it could be fun to do something where it's just like a different art medium a day for a month. Like, have a video every day where I try and make something in a different art medium. I think that could be really fun. I think that would take some planning and some preparation for sure. Because it takes me a long time to edit things, so I'd probably need to do that far in advance. As you can tell by the fact that the short of unmolding things from last week is not posted yet, it's just because I haven't finished editing it. And that's, a minute-long video. That really is the thing that takes me probably the longest, is the editing. Possibly the planning, depending on the video. I think I've finally got most of the stuff for the complicated video I want to do, but just writing a script and you know, figuring out props and things that I might need and filming extra little bits and things, it takes time. But mostly, I think a lot of my time comes in the editing. Alright, I think that's what we'll do. We'll save this stuff. We'll sand this stuff some other time. This is fish. We can sand this fish. We'll sand this fish. Doesn't really matter how the back of this fish looks. I just want it so it's not like sharp or has any rough edges to it. So we'll just make sure that it's I'll probably just call that. Is that good? This will get turned into like a magnet. I should make more random like shaped dump molds and like use more random things as dump molds. Honestly, I should just pour more resin. I have lots of things that I need to pour. There's just so many other things to do too. Do you guys want to see like a sneak peek of a commission that I'm working on? I don't usually like giving like, you know, sneak peeks of commissions, but this is kind of like a process thing. This is like a in the process type thing. I've been practicing some sculpting. Where's my mouse? So I've got my little robot hand here. I went and hand sculpted this out of some epoxy sculpt. Needs a little bit of cleanup and things, but gonna make a little mold of this hopefully tomorrow. But I had fun sculpting a little robot hand. I've got the point being, I've got lots of random different things that I'm working on to get projects done. But I do also have a lot of things that I really should pour. At some point, might schedule it so that I go back to pouring like twice a week instead of just once a week. Because at the moment, I'm really only pouring resin like once a week. I don't think I poured resin at all this week, which is an issue because I have some things that I need to pour. And next weekend, we're not pouring resin. We'll be playing a game. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I figure different people are here now. We're gonna play a little bit of a game on my other channel next weekend. It's with the Phasmophobia group, but we're gonna try a different game and see how it goes. A non-horror game. So if you haven't been hanging out for the Phasmophobia streams just because they seem scary, maybe come hang out for this one. I will post a link to it in like a, you know, the community notes type thing for next week, so that you guys can find it, and in my Discord. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do next weekend for stream. I thought that might be fun. Maybe not. Sorry about that. We good? Sound good? Okay, I think good. I bumped the cord. That's the problem with this microphone. Like the cord is so touchy. I still don't know what to do about that, because Every time I want to use the microphone, I have to like wiggle the cord to try and make sure that it's in there right. Let's fix the focus. There we go. If we have any folks that are good with audio equipment and have any suggestions for how I can make the cord in my microphone not like stay in the right spot, I am open to ideas. Even if you're watching this like after the fact and you come across this and you know your audio stuff, please feel free to leave it in like the comments. Like, I do actually look at like all the comments and stuff on my videos and streams and things. But yeah, no, I've tried like 2 different cables, and it's just any like slight adjustment of things, like it just seems like it's in the wrong spot. I should really work on getting some better like a better sound environment in my office. Obviously, it's never gonna be perfect because there's a bunch of windows. So there's ambient noise from outside all the time. You know, neighborhood dogs and the neighbor working in like his kind of workshop area in between our houses, and cars driving by and stuff. But it'd be kind of cool if I could get it set up so that I could do, I don't know, some like music or voice acting stuff or something. That was part of the reason I got this microphone. It was because it I figured it was of a quality that it could be used for like voice acting and things if I wanted to, because I think that sounds fun. Although, like, thinking about it, I was thinking about this semi recently, because I did a voice acting class back in 2020 over Zoom, when I was it was a weird time, figuring out what I wanted to do. It was really fun. But one of the things that I discovered doing that class was that I was much better at reading for like commercials than I was reading for like character parts. And I was thinking about it recently, and I think maybe part of it was just that with like character parts, you have to be someone else. Obviously, acting. But you have to be someone else, and you have to try and approach things from the like perspective of someone else. And that just, it doesn't come naturally to me. I can think of things from the sense of, here is how someone might react in this situation, but it's always looking at it from like an outside perspective almost. It's not necessarily thinking about the like why necessarily as much as how would this look, you know what I mean, like how would this kind of person move. It's not necessarily thinking about the why would this person move like this. It's just thinking about, you know, people that are like, I don't know, think of like someone at a ball. How would someone at a ball move? I tend to think of it more as like, here's how I have seen people act, like here's how I've seen people in this situation, as opposed to I am moving in this way because I have long skirts on that I don't want to trip on, or, you know, things like that. Which, to be fair, I took an acting class when I was at uni, and there was some really good stuff about kind of learning how to do that and stuff. But anyways, where I was going with this is that was the character stuff, and I always kind of found that difficult. But the commercial stuff came a lot easier to me, and I think it's because with commercials, you're possibly changing who you're talking to, but you're still just being yourself, possibly talking to a different audience, which was a lot easier. It was a lot easier for me to be myself, just changing up who I'm talking to, than being someone else, in a situation. I feel like a good example of that one of the things that I did in that class at one point was I read like a little script for a commercial for like a toy. I don't remember what it was exactly or anything, but the instructor had me first read it like I was doing a commercial targeted towards kids that might want this toy. And in that case, I emphasized like how fun it is and the fun aspects of it. And then he's like, okay, I want you to read the exact same script, but this time I want you to market it towards the parents of the kids. And like, it changes. You're, instead of focusing on how fun it is, you maybe focus on how safe it is, or the price of it, or things that are going to matter to the parents more than they're going to matter to the kids. And it was the exact same information. It was just emphasis on different things and focusing on different things. That was kind of fun. It was kind of like a little puzzle. I could think of that as like a little puzzle almost. I did enjoy the acting class I took when I was at uni though. We were doing a method, an acting method, wherein you break everything down into beats, and that was pretty much every time there was like a new piece of information that was added to your scene. So anytime a character gave a new piece of information, anytime a new character joined the scene, anything like that, that was a beat. So that would be the start of a new beat. And then the other piece of that I really liked, and it's something that I kind of try to bring into like D&D games when I'm playing a character there, and something I kind of realized is one of the things I kind of need to get into character, was to always have some sort of goal, and it'd have to be some sort of is quantifiable the right word? Where it is measurable whether it has been achieved or not. So, for example, if your character can't have a goal of make this person angry, because that's not something that you can really measure. Your character might have the goal of make this person leave the room. That's something that you can measure, if that makes sense. Like, so give your character a goal that you can, it has an end result that is measurable. That helped a lot in figuring out what to do in like a scene, because we did like 2-person scenes at one point for that class, and I was playing like this very weird lady who I think she was like, she came from money and then she was just kind of like living in like an attic. She was weird. Anyways, someone came in to like rob her, I think. There's this other lady that came in to rob her. I don't remember exactly. But it was, it made it more interesting where her goal was not, to like win a fight. Her goal was to get the gun from the other person. Like that was, the character's goal. That changed like how I viewed the scene, because every beat you kind of change your tactics. That was kind of the other thing with that was, if I remember correctly, was that every beat your character should change their tactics for how they're trying to achieve their goal. So I think in that case at one point, we're just trying a bunch of different things, and it might be like, I don't know, like you could be angry. That could be kind of one way that you might try to, you know, convince this person. You might be kind of sly. You know, there's different things you do to try and achieve the goal or whatever. But it really made me think more about, like, what would this character do to try and achieve this goal? Like, at one point, I think, when we were just, you know, practicing and stuff, we were just trying a bunch of different things. I was like, I'm gonna seduce the other character. That's how I'm gonna achieve that goal. I'm gonna try reading this like I'm trying to seduce the other character. Because that could achieve the goal of getting this gun from them. Like, maybe to throw them off, you know. And it's not something that I necessarily would have thought of if I was just thinking of, I want to fight this person. But when you have, like, a set goal of, I want to get this gun from this person, then suddenly, like, the ways that you might accomplish that is going to change. And you have more options for ways to accomplish that, honestly. I don't know. It was a pretty good acting class. It was a good class. That was when I was kind of figuring out. I went off to school. I was originally gonna do chemical engineering, and then I swapped over to, what did I swap over to? Can't remember. I was still doing engineering classes, but I kind of decided I don't know that I want to do chemical engineering. I think had I moved on to mechanical engineering at that point? I might have moved on to mechanical engineering at that point. But I got to a point where it's just like, I don't really know what I want to major in. So I just took a bunch of random classes. I took a couple of architecture classes, because I thought that might be something that I wanted to do. I took, like, an acting class. I took a few different things that was just like, these are things that interest me. But, you know, I don't know if this is what I want to major in or not. I'm still kind of sad. So, and then eventually I got a full-time job back in the city that I grew up in, so I moved back here. And then ended up finishing up my degree here. Like a local camp. Oh, I forgot it. I didn't do these ones. Wait, come back. Gotta do these ones. But that was one of those classes that I took when I was still trying to kind of figure out what I wanted to major in and what I wanted to do. Was an acting class. It was a good class. I've always enjoyed doing theater and stuff. I don't think I've ever been very good at it, but I've enjoyed it. But it might be fun to do more sometime. And then, of course, I graduated with a general science degree, technically. My degree is technically a general science degree. It's always fun trying to tell people what my degree is in, because it's like, sometimes it's just easier to say math. My actual bachelor's degree is a general science degree with a primary focus in mathematics and a secondary focus in applied technology. A little bit of a mouthful. Basically what that means is that it's technically a general science degree with a focus in math and a secondary focus in, I took a bunch of engineering classes. That's what the applied technology is I took a bunch of engineering classes. I'll be honest, I was doing mechanical engineering, and then I discovered that I was closer to the math degree, and went, alright, 2 more classes instead of 5, let's do that one. So instead of getting the math minor, I went and just got the math degree because it was closer. And then I have a minor in fine arts, which is what I'd rather be using, obviously. I don't know, if I went back to school now, I don't know what I would want. Like, I don't know, I'm fine with the degree that I have. It's it's opened up some strange and interesting doors for me, I guess. You know, like, I'm pretty sure having a degree in math is what got me, like, my day job. I guess I have 2 day jobs. This is my one day job, but my other job, I doubt I would have been hired if I didn't have the math background. And I quite enjoy what I do. I don't know. I don't know if a fine arts degree would have been any help to me. I probably would have enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed doing art classes. Like, even if they are a fair amount of work, it takes time. I feel like art classes always end up taking a lot of time. It's just, projects take forever. Art projects do. But, like, I don't know. I enjoy painting and things, so, like, it was always kind of nice taking an art class. Like, I took a painting class my last semester at school, and it was so nice to have, like, a reason to, like, paint all the time. I don't think have I finished a painting since that class, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. Yes, I have. I did the shattered one with the mirror. I did the mirror fragment one. I think that's the only one that I've actually finished since that painting class, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. I guess 5 years ago. So it was always nice taking art classes and having, like, you know, having to make art. Because now it's like, I don't know, you know, I just don't find time for it. Because I have so many other things that I feel like I should be working on. Sanding things, working on commissions, you know, inking dice. I have a bunch of dice I need to ship out sitting over here that I inked yesterday. I think that's on my to-do list for, like, tomorrow or the day after. To be fair, I have more of this cat hair. I think that would be a different color. I have more of this specific cat hair. So the story with the cat hair dice is that back when I was on Twitch, I went back looking for it, by the way, and I don't quite know what happened to the stream, because I saved pretty much all of the streams from back then. I don't know if it was a stream that's missing or if it was a stream that, like, cut out in the middle or something where I made them. But the story with these is that I've always complained that, you know, oh, there's cat hair in my resin. Like, that's a pretty common refrain in my streams. If you're new here, there's always cat hair in my resin. It's just because it gets everywhere in my house. And people started saying, oh, you should make a set of dice with just cat hair. And I was like, one bet. And I literally reached into the drawer next to me and I pulled it open and I grabbed a bag that was full of cat hair. And everyone's just like, why do you have that? And I was like, you guys are the one that asked for this. All right, we're doing it. But I still have that bag of cat hair. I realize that I sound crazy, but I had just gotten some needle felting stuff. And thought it was, you know, I thought it would be fun to do some needle felting. I'd never really done it before. It seemed like fun. And so, you know, I was trying that out and I was like, I wonder if I could needle felt with, like, cat fur, you know, because it's, you use just, like, wool roving, which is just, like, clean wool, basically, it hasn't been spun or anything. I was like, I feel like it'd be kind of a similar texture to this. It's still just, you know, an animal fur. Shaker charm made with cat hair and resin with kitty stuff in it. Oh boy, do I have a paw print shaker charm mold? I might. What shapes do I have? Oh yeah, one of the ones that I have coming is a paw print shape. A couple of them are actually kind of cat shaped. Yeah, I have a couple that are kind of cat shaped. Could be. Why do you give me these terrible ideas? Terrible as in terrible for everybody else, not for me. I will say something I kind of noticed with these ones, and I'll show you this in a second too. These have kind of a funky texture. And it's from the hair pushing against the sides of the molds as they cure and things, but let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can, because they're fun. Yeah, we'll just grab this one. Let me see if I can show you this. So I'm gonna have to try and like angle it probably so that, there you go. You can kind of see how it's kind of like wobbly there. See that kind of like, see how there's like, it almost looks like, I don't know, ripples or something in there. Can you kind of see the ripples in the light? I don't know if you can see that or not. But there's definitely like a texture on the surface of these where the hair, yeah. It doesn't feel like a texture, like they're flat. They'll roll fine. But there's like a visible, why is this? Oh my gosh, this thing's so hard to focus. There we go. But there's kind of like a visual texture to it. Yeah, you can kind of see it there too, even. And I don't know if that might affect the kind of the integrity of the Shaker Charm. It's like how I wouldn't use flowers in like the Shaker Charm, because if they're intersecting, you know, where the liquid's gonna be, the liquid might seep into it and cause problems. I don't know if the cat hair would do that, but I don't know. I don't know if it'd be a problem or not. If it makes you feel better, there is a cat hair in this one, unfortunately. Like in the liquid part. Where did it go? It's like hiding in there now, but there. Oh, there it is. You can cut. Let me see if I can. Let me. A second here. See if I can show you. It's kind of down. See kind of where the see up in this corner here. Let me bring you even closer. Maybe the light's just slightly the wrong. There you go. You see it? See that little dark line at the very bottom there? In there? There's your cat hair. I realized not too long after making it, and I'm like, oh wait. It's always the cat hair. To be fair, there could very well be cat hair in the other ones, but it's just not as visible because they're not as light colored. I feel like the the dark cat hair is gonna show up more with the light background. It's not like super noticeable. I'm figuring I'll still put this up like in the for like in-person events and things. I still plan on finishing this and selling it and things, but there's always cat hair. Alright. I like this one. I like these colors. Look at all these colors. They're so pretty. Hi, Luna. How's it going? Bye-bye. She just hopped down. That make you guys more in focus? Not really. Yeah, I've got lots of things I need to get done. It is nice. I did get a couple of commissions finished yesterday. I got them all inked. I still need to ship them. But it's always nice to get things like that off of my to-do list, because commissions always kind of take precedent over other things, just because someone's waiting on them. You know, if I don't make a ton of shaker charms for a convention, I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted to make them, but like no one was waiting for them specifically. Whereas with like commissions, I want to make sure that I am continually working on things, or that things are, you know, polishing or being worked on in some way, just so that the person who's ordered it from me doesn't feel like I've abandoned them. You know, that's part of what commissions are. That was kind of something I guess that was mentioned in a video I was watching actually yesterday. It was talking about like hard and soft skills basically. And something I've kind of found, I guess, with like commissions is that a good amount of it is just like people skills. Not saying I have great people skills necessarily, but like knowing how to interact with people and kind of, yeah, you know, figuring out how to communicate information and also be, you know, respectful of people's time and the fact that they're, you know, paying you to do something. And one of the things there is just keeping people in the loop. You know, I feel like, you know, if I pay someone to do something, I like to know what's going on. It's like, where did my money go? So I always try to be pretty, you know, transparent about where things are at. One of the things I've realized too with doing a ton of commissions over the past 4 years, is that like as long as you keep people in the loop, they tend to be pretty chill. Like, if something's running late, if I like email someone and like, hey, things are running late, here's why, people are usually pretty like, oh, it's okay, you know, take your time. Like, whereas if, for example, things are running late and I weren't to email them, like, I haven't really run into this too much with me, but like, you know, other things, you know, other companies and things where it's just like, what's going on? And it tends to make people more upset if they don't know what's going on. So there's obviously, you know, the skills of like making things when it comes to commissions, but there's also the skills of being able to communicate well with people who want to get things from you. A lot of communication skills in there that I've had to learn. I feel like that was something that I learned doing commissions too. Like, I was not very good at like communicating in like my previous job. I think I learned how to do it a lot better from doing commissions as opposed to having been, you know, very good at it going in. Same with organizing things. There's a lot of things that I've just kind of had to get good at because of this job. You know, making things and selling them online. There's a lot of different kind of skills that go into it. And organizing was one of them. Communicating effectively with people was one of them. There's also other stuff too that I am not as good at, like marketing. I could definitely be better at all these things too, like, you know, communicating and marketing and what was the other one that I just said? Communicating, marketing, I don't know. I don't remember. My brain doesn't work. I don't remember what it is. Oh, organizing. That's what it was. Could definitely be better at organizing things. Just so that I could use my time more effectively. So there's always stuff to do, but it always feels like I'm not getting as much of it done as I'd like to. I think that's probably pretty normal. I feel like anybody who's self-employed has kind of run into similar things, probably. Like, there's a podcast I've listened to with a couple of YouTubers, and they've kind of expressed similar, a similar sort of feeling where it's just like, anytime that they're not working is you know, they also feel like they need to be working 24/7 just because they work for themselves, so they could potentially be working as much as they want. Of course, I'm in a very nice position where if this whole thing fails, it just really affects me. Like, I guess maybe my brother who also lives with me, but like, it's, you know, I don't have a family or anything that I need to worry about. And I mean, if this doesn't work out, I can go get a job. I've had a job before. I mean, I have a job now, but like, I could go get a full-time job if I really needed to, I think. Or at least a second part-time job somewhere. I do enjoy doing this though. I enjoy both of my jobs. I enjoy making stuff. I enjoy making videos too. I feel like that falls under making stuff. You wouldn't necessarily think it from how few videos I have put out recently, but I do enjoy making videos. And I enjoy live streaming. Live streaming is like its own separate thing though. I feel like live streaming and like making a video are very like kind of different things, and they kind of require different skills almost. Like there's some of the same skills, like being comfortable on camera, not even necessarily like in front of the camera, but being able to like talk to a camera and present information, I guess. You know, that applies to both. But it's still a very different kind of vibe, I feel like, between a video and a live stream. Live stream's more long form, videos, you know, edited. Even just the editing is very different. Like, it's much easier for me to live stream than to make a video. I feel like my videos are probably more entertaining than my live streams. I don't know. I'm not an outside perspective, so it's hard for me to tell. But I think it's much easier to just sit down and talk for 2.5 hours than it is to plan everything out and film it and edit everything and make sure you have, you know, all of the pieces of footage that you need. It's the editing. The editing just takes forever. We're almost done. We're almost done with all of our sanding. And then I'll go throw things into the polishing tumbler. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. I discovered the other day that one of my polishing tumblers is broken. It's very strange. It's fine. I have 3 polishing tumblers, so it's okay. I've been using this thing for like 3 years or 4 years, like pretty nonstop. So it's okay. It's put its time in. But yeah, I don't know what exactly happened, but the plastic like bowl part of it, there's like a crack running through the bottom of it. So I put everything into a different polishing tumbler and it's okay. But like, it's just kind of interesting. Hadn't seen that. Like that was new. Man, now I'm excited to make more Shaker Charms. They're just sitting off to the side here. And I'm excited to make more with you guys, because we're gonna do that at some point. We're gonna pour all of the bases together at some point. What is the game that we're playing next week? What is the name of that game? Supermarket Together. Yes, okay. So yes, I'm gonna wrap things up here pretty soon. I've got, you know, just a couple more dice to sand. Also, my voice is starting to get out. I've been talking pretty much non-stop for 2 hours. I need another cup of tea. But yes, next week, pretty sure it's next week. Pretty sure it's next week. Let me just double check the date. Fairly certain it's next week. Yes, next week. Next week, gonna play a game called Supermarket Together with my kind of normal video gaming group. Haven't played it before. One of the folks in our group has apparently played it, so we'll be relying on her to figure out how it works, but I'm sure it's a fun group of people, so like, no matter how good or bad the game is, I'm sure we'll have a good time together. But that will be over on my second channel, which I think I have a link to it on this, like the bottom of this channel's page. Pretty sure I have that. But I will post a link to it in like a community, what is it, a community message, and over on my Discord so that you guys can find it. If you wanna come hang out for that and watch shenanigans ensue, I'm sure. We got quite a bit sanded today. I'll show you here. I'll show you our pile of things. We did go and get a lot of the, a bunch of the D6s. Not all of them, but a fair number of the D6s. Let me bring this in a little bit so you can see. Fair number of the D6s from last week. We got some jumbo dice and some other random D20s. Another one of the Shaker Charm things that I'm gonna go throw into the polishing tumbler as well. And then our very, very old cat hair dice. So I'm gonna go get these polishing. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's always nice to have some folks to chat with while I'm working on things. If you have, I think I've pretty much got my streams kind of planned out for like the next month, because we've got a game, and then like I want to pour more Shaker Charms, and I want to put together bath bombs with the D6s and things. But if you have ideas for things you want to see, you know, let me know. I'm always interested to know what you guys would be interested in seeing. But I think that's gonna do it for today. Hopefully I will see you guys next week for a new video game. Yeah, have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you.